Let me tell you something no one wants to admit. If people feel completely safe around you, they will never truly respect you. And if they feel comfortable when you speak, they will forget you faster than a name they never meant to remember. Because people, especially in this world, are not obsessed with kindness. They're not fascinated by predictability. They're pulled by tension. Not the tension you create with noise, but the kind that radiates from presence. Picture this. You walk into a crowded room. No one knows your name. You don't say a word. Yet within 10 seconds, every eye finds you. Not because of your looks, not because of fame, but because of something harder to define. A stillness as heavy as steel. An atmosphere that makes even the most confident person adjust their breath. They don't know what you'll do next. They only know they can't ignore you. This is why your boss talks over you. This is why your ex lost interest. This is why people feel safe disrespecting you. Not because they're stronger, but because you're predictable. You're hot when they're hot. You're soft when they're cold. You adapt to their tone, but they never adapt to yours. And every time you adjust to them, you send one silent signal. I'm following your lead. The cost of being an open book. You were taught from an early age, be kind, be honest, be yourself, and the world will respect you for it. Sounds noble, but how many times did you do exactly that only to be ignored? How many times did you open up only to have your words twisted and used against you later? How many times did you speak your truth and watched it vanish into the air because no one cared enough to listen? Here's the part they never told you. The more people understand you, the easier you are to control. Your feelings aren't just yours. They're data, they're leverage, they're weapons you hand over for free. When you reveal your emotional state, you're like a king removing his armor mid-battle. Once they can read you, they don't just understand you, they rewrite you. Machiavelli had a word for this kind of power. La simulazione, the art of strategic concealment. Not pretending, not performing, but holding back just enough to stay unreadable. Because once people can't figure you out, they're forced to respect you. The two men in the room. Let me give you a scene. Two men walk into the same room. Same suit, same stakes, same opportunity to lead. The first man walks in with visible confidence. Shoulders squared, smile sharp, voice ready to take control. But it's the kind of confidence that shatters the moment tension shows up. Someone disagrees with him, and it happens fast. His tone changes. His words get faster. His posture stiffens. He starts defending, then over-defending. And within seconds, he's not leading anymore. He's chasing. The room no longer listens to his message. They're watching his state. They see the cracks. They smell the need. And the moment they sense desperation, the power is gone. Now look at the second man. He walks in calm, quiet, unshaken. Someone challenges him. He doesn't react. He observes. He waits. He lets the others burn through their energy first. And then when the tension peaks, he speaks. Not loudly, not emotionally, but with such control that the entire atmosphere shifts around him. One man tries to hold the room with noise. The other owns it with presence. And here's the truth. You've probably been both. You've been the man who explained too much, who laughed nervously to fill the silence, who smiled too quickly just to diffuse attention. And you've also had moments, scarce moments, when you didn't rush, when you didn't chase approval, when your silence carried more weight than any speech. becoming psychologically untouchable. This isn't about being alpha. It's not about pretending to be dominant. It's about becoming psychologically untouchable, not reactive, not explainable, not accessible, but still undeniable. Power isn't in winning arguments. It's in making others too unsure to even challenge you in the first place. If life is a chessboard, most men move too fast, too early, reacting to every piece that shifts. But the Machiavellian man, he watches, he waits. He lets others reveal themselves first, and then with one quiet move, he flips the entire board. From now on, your question is no longer, how do I feel right now? It becomes, what does this moment require from me? Because the second you let your mood decide your response, you've already given your power away. The 5 tools of quiet power. The work is not about theory. It's about practice. These are 5 tools you must drill until they become instinct. 1. The strategic pause. Next time someone disrespects you, don't respond immediately. Wait 2 seconds. Just breathe. Let the space get heavy. Let them feel your energy pull back. Then answer if you still feel like it. People fear what they can't predict. 2. Eye contact without emotion. Train yourself to hold eye contact with no smile, no frown, no signal. Your eyes are not for validation. They're for observation. 3. Controlled breathing. Your breath is your rhythm. Slow inhales, even slower exhales. Do this under pressure, and you control the room without speaking a word. 4. The non-reaction test. Pick a trigger that usually gets under your skin. Now, train yourself to feel it without showing it. You smile not out of submission, but because you know the game and refuse to play it their way. 5. Energy withdrawal. This is your nuclear move. When someone consistently drains you, you don't confront, you don't warn, you just remove your energy. Let your absence become louder than your presence ever was. The final victory. Picture this. One day you walk into a room. No one claps, no one shouts your name, but something shifts. The conversation slows, the energy drops, and people turn. You move with deliberate stillness. When you finally speak, you say less, but every word lands heavier. You are no longer emotionally available to anyone who hasn't earned it, not out of bitterness, but out of clarity. And slowly, people adjust. They stop playing games not because you confronted them, but because your stillness became harder to navigate than their manipulation. The old version of you, the one who overshared, overexplained, overreacted, is gone. Not with drama, but with discipline, you buried him quietly. Machiavelli once said, "A wise prince can subdue his enemies without ever drawing his sword." You don't need to be charming. You need to carry weight. A calm, unshakable weight that scrambles the nervous system. You don't need them to understand you. You don't need their approval. Real power doesn't roar. It arrives quietly, and it changes the air when it does. Now, go be the man they can't predict, because the moment you master your silence, you master the room. And when you master the room, you master the world. This transformation does not happen by chance. It is a deliberate architectural process, a rebuilding from the foundation up. You have identified the tools, but now you must understand the blueprint. The goal is not to become a statue devoid of feeling, but to become a fortress, impregnable by default, with the drawbridge operated only by your conscious choice. The architecture of stillness. Most men live in a state of constant emotional leakage. A bad morning spills into a reactive afternoon. A thoughtless comment from a stranger dictates their mood for an hour. Their internal state is a weather vane, spinning with every external breeze. Your new foundation is built on a different principle: internal sovereignty. This begins with the reclamation of your attention. Before you can control a room, you must first control your own focus. The world is designed to provoke a reaction. Outrageous headlines, sudden noises, deliberate provocations. Each is a hook. The man who reacts is the fish caught. The man who observes a hook, who studies its design and the hand that holds the line, is the fisherman. From this moment, your attention is not for sale. It is not freely given. It is invested. When someone speaks, you are not merely waiting for your turn to talk. You are listening to the gaps between their words, to the subtle shifts in their posture, to what is left unsaid. You are collecting data while they are expending energy. This is the essence of la simulazione. You are simulating engagement while concealing your true depth of analysis. The drawbridge and the moat, your openness, your warmth, your vulnerability. These are not weaknesses. They are privileges. In the old paradigm, you handed out these privileges like pamphlets to anyone who passed by. In the new paradigm, they are granted like royal audiences, only to those who have proven their worth and intention. Think of your energy as a finite resource. Every unnecessary explanation, every nervous laugh, every defensive reaction is a withdrawal from your reserves. The man who is easily provoked is a man running on empty. He is spending his emotional capital on battles that were never his to fight. Your silence becomes a moat around your castle. It is not a sign of emptiness, but of depth. It creates a necessary distance that forces others to pause before they approach. It filters out the trivial and the toxic. Those who are shallow will find the silence awkward and leave. Those who recognize strength will lean in, intrigued. When you do choose to lower the drawbridge and speak, your words carry immense weight because they are rare. They are not diluted by a constant stream of chatter. A seasoned negotiator once told me he used a pause for 10 full seconds after an offer was made. Not because he needed time to think, but because he knew the other person would break first. Your silence is that 10-second pause applied to life. It gives others space to project their own insecurities, to second-guess their position, and in that vacuum, your power grows. The discipline of recalibration. This is not a one-time decision. It is a daily practice of recalibration. You will have moments where the old you surfaces, the need to be liked, the impulse to explain, the itch to react. The victory is not in never stumbling, but in recognizing the stumble faster each time and returning to your center. This is where the 5 tools become your daily drills. They are not for special occasions. They are for the mundane moments that truly define you. The strategic pause when your partner says something careless. The control breath when you're stuck in traffic and running late. The non-reaction when a colleague attempts a subtle jab. The energy withdrawal from a friend who only ever drains you. Each time you successfully employ a tool, you are not just winning an interaction. You are reinforcing the neural pathways of your new identity. You are proving to yourself on a microscopic level that you are the man who controls his internal state and therefore his external reality, the man you become. One day, you will walk into a room and feel the shift happen automatically. You won't need to force a presence or remember the rules. It will simply emanate from you. You will be the still point in a turning world. People will not say, "He's the loudest one here." They will say, "There's something about him I can't figure out." They will not remember a funny joke you told, but the profound quiet you brought to a heated argument. You will become a source of gravity, not noise. This is the final stage, when discipline becomes identity. The tools are no longer tools. They are simply who you are. You are not practicing calm. You are calm. You are not using silence. You are silent in your core. Machiavelli understood that true power is not seized. It is cultivated through unwavering discipline and strategic restraint. The prince who draws his sword reveals his hand. The prince who wins without a single swing commands a fear deeper than steel. You have buried the old version of you, the one who sought permission, the one who bled on command. The new man does not ask for a seat at the table. His presence pulls a chair to him. He does not demand respect. His silence makes it the only logical response. Now, the journey is yours. The world is full of noise. Become the silence that commands it.